Oh, there you go. Good stuff. That's that dude Malekith. The Druki Dark Lord. It's been a while since I've played this like for real. Fucking yikes. It's been a while since I've seen this. It's been a while. I love this game. I love this game so fucking much. I should probably put together a mod list for tomorrow. But, let me turn down the audio while we're here. Sound. There you go. Sound system, stereo headphones. Audio quality high, of course. Show subtitles, yes. Good stuff. Right. So we could go for Tyrion, the Dark Elf. I'm thinking, no, I think, no.
Weapons of mass destruction.
So,
Yes, yes.
I don't think I've spoken about Warhammer a lot on this channel. It's one of my favorite like fantasy settings, but I haven't talked about it a lot. The Skaven, the rat people are so fucking cool, and I love everything about them, especially Clan Scryer. So, basically all you need to know about Clan Scryer, or the rat people, basically, they're rats, they eat people, they don't stop breeding. There's a lot of them, and some of them have developed nuclear capabilities, and they have firearms. We will be playing with the rats with nuclear armaments today, chat. Clan Scryer and the lovely legendary Lord Ikit Claw. He chopped off his arm and put on a flamethrower, and he put on a mech suit with a jetpack. And he figured out, did I mention the nukes? I don't know if I mentioned the nukes or not, chat, but yes, he has access to nuclear weapons. So we're gonna play a little bit of Ikit Claw. The Chief Warlock of Scryer is back in Skavenblight, the rat people capital. Following another of his secret-stealing tours of the world, Ikit Claw has returned to be given the position of chief emissary of the clan. The bionic Tinker Rat has only one plan in his mind, however, to bring an apocalypse to the world beyond Skavenblight's swampy borders, aided by the most infernal custom weapons ever devised. You want to AFK for a bit? What's happening? We're a zombie? So, like I said earlier, well, you weren't there for that, my bad, but we basically saw everything the game had to offer. The game came out about a month ago, so, you know, I was like, okay, I've got a pretty good idea of what what the game has to offer. And there's not really much of a gameplay loop at the moment. So we'll be revisiting that in the future after or when it updates next. So the next update, we're going to be popping back in to say hello. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Haha, rat people go. That's such a good game, man. I kind of wanted to play the Empire because I really like a lot of the races in this game. So the lizard people, they got really cool, like you can ride dinosaurs as the lizard people. The Empire has a lot of like guns and cannons, and it's really cool. Skaven, obviously the rat people with nukes, so that's epic. They also have rat ogres, which is also quite cool. Who else? The Druki, the dark elves are okay. They're okay. They're not my favorite. The high elves are kind of like all-rounders. They're basically the Empire without guns. So, you know, not epic. But no, everybody in this game is pretty fun to play as. Everybody in this game is pretty fun to play as, I gotta say. But I hope everybody has had an excellent day. I hope you continue to all have an excellent day. I'm chilling like a villain. And, yeah. Breeding with anything? No. So they have like they breed with each other. They're not really interested in much else aside from eating, breeding, and killing, which inevitably leads to more eating. They eat each other too, which is kind of crazy. It's a cruel world for a Skaven. They have a really short lifespan too. I'm pretty sure they live like 3 years max. 3 to 4 years. Well, I don't know. Because their oldest, one of their Skaven warlords, his name is... What's his name? Clan Moors. Clan Moors. He's part of Clan Moors.
Supreme Warlock Master, your knowledge of science and sorcery is unsurpassed. This is your chance to experiment and make the world your playground of diabolical weaponry. Perhaps the Astalians could be your first test subjects. They may well be harboring a wealth of warpstone, and will surely offer little resistance to a carefully aimed doom rocket. To the north, the Bretonnian dukedoms fight for honor and chivalry. Yet they have a soft underbelly, which could easily be exploited by Scrya's under-empire. Many greenskins dwell in the mountains north of Tilea. They do not know it yet, but both they and the Tileans could prove useful fodder in furthering your research. Your workshop awaits you, my lord. Let the power of warpstone be felt by all through the explosive experiments of Ikit Claw.
So good, man. I'm so... Alright, welcome to Warhammer 2, ladies and gentlemen. This is my boy.
Chief Warlock, Ikit Claw.
Isn't he cute? He's like a little hamster guy. Look at him. He's got a little flamethrower, a jetpack. Here's his jumpy little friend.
In my optics. Paths shall move.
And what we did essentially, that was a hero. And what we did was we embedded him into the army, because when he's embedded in an army,
Weaklings detected.
he offers, in addition to offering his services as a soldier, he offers bonuses. Like him, for example, he will increase our mobility and allow us to travel further. We don't have to go that far, though, because to start off, to borrow the neighboring human empire, our first casualty of many, they're right there. So we're just going to step on them real quick, and I get to show you guys all the cool little toys that Ikit Claw has to play with. Now, I'm pretty sure all the Skaven have access to these units, but they have to build special buildings to get them. I'm pretty sure Clan Scryer starts with whatever building is required to create or build them, so build the gun troops. So there you go. But good times, man. It's been a while since I've had a Skaven campaign. It has been far too long. I'm writing something, chat. I'm writing something, so the camera's shaking. My fault. My fault. My fault. And the Winds of Magic. So this essentially, since we are playing a mage, Ikit Claw has the power of what kind of magic do the Skaven use? I don't know. They just use Skaven magic. Gross magic. Stinky magic. Anyways, literally stinky, by the way. It's like plague magic, from what I remember. Anyways, we could choose to gamble in hopes of gaining a higher amount of the Winds of Magic, because this determines how many times we can cast spells. So, for example, like, let's say this spell costs $30, or, we can't see any of his spells, but let's say a really powerful spell costs 30. That would come from this pool, and we'd be left with 18. We could gamble to get more, but 48's a really good starting point. Let's set up the troops. Now, the thing about Skaven, there's a lot of them, chat. And they're not very hardy, because a lot of them are just kind of like, you know, like, look at them. I'll show you. Stinky coochie magic. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. So here you have clan rats. Let me see if I can move them into the... Well, we could just see if I can move them into the light a little bit. So you have your clan rats here. You know, they've got some armor. They've got a sword. Doing okay. I think some of them even have shields. And then you've got your Skaven slaves. These guys literally have loincloths and sticks. Oh, this one's got a sword. Oh, that one. Okay. They all have swords, but mostly loincloths, right? The way Skaven work is there's a lot of them. And while they're not necessarily the highest quality troops that with the best quality weapons, there's a lot more of them than there are of you usually. So kind of just throw as many as you can into the meat grinder and hope for the best. All right, now the piece to resistance. What's up, Smitty? How you doing, man? Welcome on into stream. Good to see you. Glad to have you. Welcome on in. Let's go ahead and see. These are going to be our Doom Flayers. Now, imagine a Razor scooter with one wheel, and that wheel has a knife on it. That's a Doom Flayer right here, chat. Look at that shit. That's beautiful. It's got a bunch of knives. Spinning around little crazy rat people on wheels. Then you've got the rattling guns. That's about as cool as you'd expect, chat. It's a rat with a Gatling gun. It's fucking cool. And then you have I think the Warplock Jezzails. I think that's what they're called, right?
Warplock Jezzails.
Yep. Sniper rats. Very epic. And last but not least, my boy, Ikit Claw.
Kill contraptions at hand.
There he is. He's just a little guy. Look, his little flamethrower and his cool little glaive. His little magical mouse jetpack. It's cool. It's cool. I love Warhammer, dude. I love Warhammer so much. Okay, let's go ahead and start the battle. And then move up.
We obey.
We really don't need to move up that far. Truth be told, we could just stop right here. Because I don't need to... We don't need to move up to meet them. I just want to move up to let my guns get in range, essentially. Just to show you guys. Warhammer is something for everyone. Oh, exactly. 100%. Like I was talking earlier, if you don't like the rat guys, you always have the Empire. If you don't like the Empire, there's the Beast, man. There's so much to do in this game. It's so fucking good.
Ready.
All right, get to shooting, guys. Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys.
As we draw breath, they will die.
Some of them, yes. I would definitely say so. Oh, yes. That's the rattling guns, chat.
Infernal weapons.
Let's go and get our general up front and center. Let's actually go ahead and move our gunmen back
For the famine tide.
and our infantry forward. Then what we'll do is we'll pull our gunners to the side.
Scurry, yes.
And then we'll start moving our guys into the meat grinder. All right, cool. And now we just start getting them going. And I'm pretty sure we have some spells to use, so let's go ahead and drop some magic on these guys. Take a look at that. So good. All right, you guys, circle around here. Didn't mean to pull them all the way that far back. We could use a warpstone doom rocket. I don't want to because that feels like a waste. We can use this guy's magic though. So look at this. Winds of Magic 50. Let's go and cast the spell. 37. There you go. It's so good. It's so good. Alright, I'm just need you to fire down range real quick. Nice and tidy. Alright, they're seeing them off. And seeing as they're okay, so the two bars you see here, the red is their health, and the white is their, I think it's morale. Yeah, it's morale. So the higher the morale is, the less likely they are to break. Break meaning run away. So usually when they get charged in the back by, you know, flamethrower, meat grinders, essentially, that most folks are like, do I really need to fight? I should probably be going home. I got some folks I need to see. You know, they lose confidence and then they run away. And it's okay. A little bit of friendly fire never hurt anybody, chat. They're just clan rats. It's fine. I love how you zoom in on all the cook stuff happening and your commentary is awesome. Thank you, man. Helps you learn as a new player. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. If you're a new player, you are in for such a treat. This is such a good fucking game. But yeah, that was a pretty easy victory. You know, it was the first battle of the game, so obviously we want a decisive victory. You're victorious. The corpses of the enemy litter the ground, and those still able to flee do so with the laughter of our gods ringing in their ears. Now, think about Skaven. Think about Skaven, chat. We don't have a lot of gods. We just have one, the Great Horned Rat. I'm pretty sure he's a demon lord. He's a giant demon rat with horns. So that's really it. That's about it. There's nothing else to say about him. He's a great demon lord with horns, and he's a mouse. So there you go. And then you get to see how many we lost. We lost 400. They lost 484. I'd say that's an all-around win because we gain, since we're Skaven, if I remember correctly, our replenishment rate is crazy high. Because rats, all these guys do is eat and breed and all that good stuff. And also, now that we've captured the settlement, we have one of four, we can choose one of four options. We can either A, raze it to the ground, destroy it, and leave a smoldering ruin in our wake. We could leave the city standing. It would still be in our enemy's possession, but we would expand our under-empire. Think of it like a little city under their city. So we can build our own infrastructure and, like, tunnels and shit under their city for our own benefit. That's usually good if you want to expand, like, far off in the distance and still reap benefits. We'll see more of that later. We could sack the city, which means we don't capture it, but we steal the wealth and get some replenishment back, or we could loot and occupy. Conquest penalty. Basically, the people who used to live here aren't going to be too happy that their new overlords are 4-foot-tall rat people that like to gnaw on their toes. So, unhappiness is going to be an issue for a little while. But if we keep, you know, if we stay in town for a little while, basically, they're going to be okay. They're going to learn to live with it. They'll be like, well, I mean, the rat people chewing off my feet, that's not the worst thing in the world. Things could be a lot worse. Trust me, chat. In this game, things could be a lot worse. In this world, things could be a whole lot worse. You could have the ogres eating you and clubbing you on the head for their wars. Could have the Empire pressing you into service against demons. You could be a vampire thrall. It's not a lot of fun things to do in this world, I'm going to be honest. As a person, if you're born into the Warhammer world, you're kind of just screwed, like right off the bat. It's not epic. Let's see. And as you could probably tell, we did just upgrade our rank. So with battles comes experience, and experience is used to upgrade your troops, though they upgrade automatically. They just gain strength, bonus, defense, all that good stuff. But for lords, if we upgrade them, we get to see a skill tree. Now, I am running a modded game, so, for example, you only get 1 skill point per upgrade, but for me in my modded game, the first 5 levels give you 2 points each, just so you can start to really spec into a lot of these skills. But, I'm going to go for Route Marcher, because if we can move 10% more, 10% further, that's going to be really good. And I also want to start speccing into Warp Lightning, because the more mages we have, the better. The more Warp Lightning we can cast, the more, you know, snap, more crazy shit we can throw at the enemy, the better. In my personal opinion. Of course, Chad. Of course, that's just me. Alright,
No
now
threat of a challenge.
our Warlock Engineer has upgraded as well. Reload time for all missile... Ooh! So missile units, that applies to gunmen too, or gun rats too. A Master Engineer knows all about firing rates, fields of fire, and the best ratios. His knowledge improving efficiency. So we'll do that. Let's also go ahead and grab Arms Dealer. The more ammo and income we get from trade, the better. So we'll keep him around for now. We're still losing a lot of... We're losing a lot of public order per turn. Now, once this reaches -100, a rebel army will be raised up and will try to take over the town. This won't be a huge problem because once this turn is up, as you can see, conquest -30 for the next turn only. Well, that'll be sorted out pretty soon. Let's go ahead and fix the slave wharf, where the Skaven layers meet on the sea. Where the Skaven layers meet the sea are ragged wharfs, on which many thousands of Skaven slaves are offloaded from one clan to another. Alright. And Skaven Blight. As you can see, we can issue commandments across provinces to help local, public order, exploit production, and more. For example, we could do efficient planning. It means that our troops will cost 25% more, but public order and untainted go up by 4% and 3% respectively. Which is pretty good. Public order is good so people don't rebel against you, and untainted is good for keeping public order high. Because untainted is basically corruption. You know, if your land is more corrupted, people are more likely to want to rebel against you because they're looking around like, hey man, this shit sucks. We should be in charge, you know? So, generally speaking, I go for untainted, even if I am playing as Skaven. There are a lot of benefits to running a very corrupted area as a Skaven. Like, for example, you get to use more of your abilities. Abilities we'll see later. But, generally speaking, I keep that low. Alright, so what do we want to do now? So we can... Okay, we can't do this yet. Oh, well. Requires a construction cavern. When can we build a construction cavern? Pox Cauldron, construction cavern. There it is. And once we get a construction cavern, we can unlock Plague Claw catapults. It's a catapult. It shoots toxic fume barrels. It's very epic. Let's actually go ahead and focus on storage caves. That'll increase the amount of food that's generated, and we can get rid of it later if we don't need it later. We do have a food mechanic, because Skaven, like I said, they like to eat, and they like to eat a lot. The higher this is, the more benefits we receive, as you can see right there. But once it gets to starving, bad stuff happens. Not epic.
Warp power!
And I think I kind of want to spec into growth. That is going to... Public order is going to take a hit, but I can live with that. Let's go ahead and turn off taxing. Because people, obviously, they like having their money. So if we're going to, you know, focus more on expansionist planning and get our growth up, let's balance that out by not taxing them. We're only losing about 200 coins a turn there, so it's not the worst thing in the world.
Storm Demon!
Good stuff. Pretty solid first turn, I gotta say. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I was gonna play an Empire campaign, but then I remember how often I get shit on as the Empire, It's not my fault. The vampires are fucking crazy. So I'm over here like, yes, I finally got crossbows. And the vampires are like, well, we have giant werebeasts, flying creatures, and the best weapons known to mankind and undead kind. So I'm like, well, I just got shit on. Again. But the dominating scheme. Provoke the broodmothers. Have them breed. We will flood the overworld with our bodies. Yes, yes. The Skaven also, they also speak quite... their dialect is very entertaining, I gotta say. If you listen to them, like how they talk,
Clan Scryer!
they tend to repeat things over and over because they're so excited. They're just like chittering and they're like, yes, yes. Rats, rats, we are the rats. Alright, Ogre Mercenaries. Oh, right. That's from the recent DLC that was released before Warhammer 3. We are going to play Warhammer 3, by the way. I'm just waiting for Immortal Empires to drop. Immortal Empires meaning all the races that are in this game and all the, like, this whole map is ported over to the third game along with the map from the third game. So they combine the map of all three games into one. So that's what I'm waiting for, essentially. So that's when we'll play the third game. I do want to move.
Skavenblight's greatest, best inventor!
Let's go ahead and head back to Skavenblight for now.
To the Warp Forge!
We're losing a little bit of... Actually, we're making some pretty decent money without taxing either of these provinces, so I think we'll keep that up.
Soon.
While we're here... Clan rats with shields, clan rats with shields and spears. So, generally speaking, you kind of... There's really no difference in these two. Like, I can show you. Obviously, there's a 5% increase to melee defense, which basically means they're 5% less likely to get shit on and die individually as units. But really, I can't justify the 30 coin increase. And that's how much they cost off the top, like 343 gold just to recruit them. They cost 730 or they cost 73 gold to like maintain. So I think we'll just grab the clan rats, just the regular clan rats then, with spears, and that'll be okay.
Ikit Claw!
We're up to 15 now. We don't have any regiments of renown, which are basically really powerful units that you can only recruit one of. Very epic. You really like all the evil races? Me too, man. They're very fun to play. How do I gain gold? Passively. So as I expand my empire, I could get access to different types of trading materials, like iron, for example. I could create an iron mine and then trade with other empires to get money from that. Though, to be honest, rat people are kind of self-sufficient because the entire world sucks, but everybody's kind of united in the fact that nobody likes... They all hate the rats. They all hate the Skaven. So they're just like, we don't really want to trade with you. You're a little too evil for my liking. Which is kind of mean, but, you know. I kind of get it. I kind of get it. The Skaven are not kind. Like Skavenblight, for example, that's a fucking... No. I'm thinking of Hell Pit. So essentially, there's this Skaven city called Hell Pit. They experiment on people. They throw shit in random vats and pull out whatever comes out. Like, they'll throw a dude in with, like, a dog, and then it'll come out like a dude dog, and then they'll throw that dude dog onto the battlefield against other dudes. Basically, Skaven are terrible. Just all around. Not good little creatures. Which is why nobody in the world likes them. Again, I understand. If someone threw a dude dog in me and said, have at thee, I'd be like, not really trying to hang out with that guy, you know? That's just me, though. That's just me. Well, me and the rest of the Warhammer world, but let's get back into it. We did recruit those 2 extra troops, so I think we're going to move into Margarita, essentially. Magritta.
I hate no furs. Give me Warpstone, or you die now.
These are the Beastmen. Apparently, these guys like me. Okay, so maybe everybody but these guys hate me. They're offering me 1,400 gold in exchange for a defensive alliance, so I'll take it. Sworn to protect each other. See, the thing about Skaven is, I'll be like, yeah, of course I'll protect you. That's fine. No worries, man. But as soon as push comes to shove, Skaven are kind of cowardly. I'm gonna be like, no,
Science,
no.
sorcery, death.
This is from a mod. I don't want any unit caps. I want to spam as many units as possible. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna move like right into their territory, just on the edge, right? And what we'll do is switch into raiding. This gives us an income generation of 190 gold per turn. It decreases the public order and growth of this turn, or of this area, the enemy area. And plus we get a little bit of food too. And like I said, the higher the food, the better off we are, so let's keep that going. Let's also upgrade this little city. As we upgrade it, we can improve the buildings and add more buildings, so it's quite nice.